If you're suffering from back pain and you want to learn how to manage it on your own, this video is going to be perfect for you. My name is Dr. Chris Garcia. I'm a leading expert in managing back pain. I'm excited to help you conquer this on your own. Now, the challenge with back pain is it's very scary. It's very painful. You can't bend over, you can't sit, you can't stand for long periods of time. And a lot of times most people don't want to seek out help because they don't want to go to their doctor who's going to tell them that they should take medications that they don't want and they don't need. They want to tell them to rest when you're probably an active person. You like being mobile, you like being active, whether that's golf or pickleball or hiking or jujitsu, anything that you love. You don't want to stand still. And so you're now wondering, well, what do I do in the meantime? How do I manage this? And what are the best strategies to do? Well, first, before I describe that, let's talk about what happens if you don't do this. A lot of times the cascade, the wheel that happens when people suffer from back pain and they don't solve these things is they try rest and that doesn't work. They try the medication and that feels good. They go back to exercising, it flares it up and makes it worse, it gives it a setback. And then now you refrain from being active. You don't go to the gym as often because it's painful. So you try other activities that you don't love and you become less active. You're taking more medication, you're less active, and then you start gaining weight and it becomes this downward cycle. So you're in the right place because you're trying to figure out, how do I do this? So how do you avoid that downward spiral? Well, there's three simple things that you should do, three domains. And the first one is your daily activities. Even though your back pain is very painful, you can't do things for a long period of time, you're scared to even twist or move, or you have symptoms going down to your legs or your buttocks, or it's so painful in the middle of your back. One of the best things to do in your daily activities, believe it or not, is to consistently move. Now, when inflammation is in your spine or in your back, what happens is you have to be able to filter some of that inflammation out through just general blood flow. Now, that doesn't mean go to the gym or go for a run and try and move as much as you can. No, whatever your body can tolerate, you want to be able to find that first level of threshold. You're going to consistently move, meaning maybe you go for a walk, maybe you stand for a little bit, maybe you sit for a little bit, maybe you go for a walk, maybe you play with your kids, maybe you do things in your daily activities that you're concerned about. But one of the first things is you have to find your threshold where your back starts to maybe give you more pain. And so maybe walking 2 miles was too much, so maybe just do a mile. Maybe bending down to pick up your kids is too much, so you're going to have to hold off for a little while. Maybe it's just the total weight. Maybe you can't go to the gym, but maybe you can do the bike, maybe you can do the stair climber, maybe you can avoid weights. So the first thing in your daily activities is just to move. It's one of the best things you can do to create blood flow, to get all that inflammation out. That's the first step, which is against what most doctors say, to rest. Well, rest is going to stiffen you up. You're going to have more inflammation. It won't move. It becomes scar tissue. It becomes more difficult to manage and becomes chronic pain down the line. That's not what we want for you. So the first thing is in your daily activities. The second one is find positions at work that you have to be able to modify. So say, for instance, you sit for a living. You might have to stand every half hour, or go to the restroom, drink more water, do things to challenge what your daily activities are in your work environment. So if you stand for a living, you might have to figure out, well, how do I sit down for 2 minutes, then get back up and down. And what you're doing is you're essentially moving all that blood flow in. Or maybe you start some light, gentle stretches and getting some blood flow in there. So in your daily activities, consistently move. At work, figure out what it is that you need to do to alleviate this pain or keep it moving. And the third thing to do is figure out in your fitness activities, what do you love to do, whether that's pickleball or golf or tennis, or just going to the gym and enjoying that decompression time. Well, you want to be able to get to that place. You want to go to the golf range. Now, what we want to do here is we start with the lightest activity first. Maybe you like putting, or maybe you like going to the gym. Well, let's keep you doing cardiovascular exercise, no weights. Maybe we'll get you on doing arm exercises and shoulder exercises, but not anything with a bar or heavy things with your legs. This gets you Step one is getting the inflammation out of there. Number two, it gets you more confident knowing you're on the right path. Number three is you're constantly just challenging a new threshold. You find that new threshold. The first threshold in the first 3 days is absolutely horrible. It hurts so bad. Then you're going to move to the 1 or 2 week mark, and that feels a little bit better. You can constantly move. And then by that 3 or 4 or 5 week mark, you're back in the gym, but you've done this incrementally. But you have to figure out in each one of those domains, what is the thing irritating it, and what do you need to do to avoid making this worse? That is the best way you're going to self-manage. And stretching and strengthening, these are fantastic, but everyone's going to be so different, and your symptoms are going to be different. But as a whole, if you want to self-manage your back pain, these are the first 3 steps you have to do. Then within those first 3 steps, find a local healthcare provider that'll help you with the stretching, help you with the massage or the mobilization and all the perfect exercises that you want to do. But underneath everything, if you figure out those 3 domains and you find a physical therapist that can help you through this process, you're now on that path. But if you're really good about self-managing, these are the 3 places to start. Now, if you're not good about self-managing, you don't know, you're concerned, you tried and you can't figure it out, well, the best place to start is contact my team at Sport Performance Physical Therapy to help point you in that right direction. One of the things you have to do is understand what you've tried in the past. Not a lot of people understand that. It's so critical to see what has worked and then figure out what it is that you want to get back to. Is it volleyball? Is it pickleball? Is it going to the gym? And then creating a plan based on what you tolerate. Now, the problem is with YouTube and exercise and generic things, it doesn't tailor it to you. So if you're looking for something a little bit more customized, understand who you are because your needs are unique. Start with a phone call to my team. We'll ask you all these questions, figure out what you want, help you set a plan so that you know you're on the right path. So if you're looking for a final solution after you've tried self-managing these things, we're excited to help you and point you in the right direction for good. Hi, if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification for my weekly tips on improving your lifelong health without aches and pains. Thanks, and I'll see you soon.